too.
Click. Is it official? Are we
evening.
A.M.O.K? Are
No,
we
wait.
now A.M.O.K?
What's up,
Or-
everybody? We are
We're A.M.O.K.
Hi.
Woo!
Good morning. I mean,
Hello, everybody.
evening. Good.
Good
Well, I
afternoon.
mean, I
Good
guess
afternoon,
the
good
watchers on
night,
the
good
other
day.
side of the world, it could be the good morning. I don't know.
Right,
Hi.
right.
Hey,
I know it's good morning somewhere.
It is. Hopefully, it's a good morning. I
Yes,
mean,
it has
don't put
been a
that
good
pressure on
morning.
people, though. That's terrible. Because what if they're not having a good morning? Then you're like, good morning. They're like, great. Thanks.
I found out my good morning place, I can now get shakes for breakfast. Yes!
Well, as an adult, you can always have shakes for breakfast.
Well, but they never had shakes there before until today.
Oh, is it for breakfast though? Is it like a scrambled egg shake?
No, it's just a regular like chocolate shake or whatever,
Oh, okay.
a malt
Okay.
type thing. They just got the
Uh,
equipment in today. I'm like, you really? This is cool. All right. Yeah, it's a little things,
It
Just
is.
the little things. Little things make it better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we had a guest for tonight. I don't know what happened.
poof.
It was a last minute thing anyway, and I do appreciate him wanting or agreeing at last minute, but I think he had something come up. If he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But we have the brown bag, and we have awesome Pam to give us
Well,
what's going
first,
on in
Pam, you got
Kansas.
45 minutes to go over the stuff going on in
Oh,
Kansas.
okay. Well, talk amongst yourselves because I completely forgot.
Oh,
Well,
Hey,
no,
now you got.
don't take it that way. Don't take it that way. I forgot to pull my document up. I just
oh, okay.
Okay. Well, now you got
completely
43
forgot to pull
minutes.
the document up.
Now you have 43 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
43
That's
minutes
right.
to get everything
Hi,
done.
Julie. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Julie. Hi,
Welcome
Beth.
to the show. Welcome anybody else who's on the show that is
I'm on the show.
secretly watching us right now.
Oh,
Secretly
yeah.
watching.
But,
Secretly watching us.
those foreign governments are keeping a close eye on us. I bet you they hang
Oh,
out.
yeah.
One big eyeball.
Right.
Hello, I see you, Adrian.
Okay.
You
I've got
know,
my
you
document up.
remember Romper Room?
Yes. Oh,
And
a thing's in the other room.
I always wanted her to see me in that little thing at the end. She never did. So I think that's when I stopped believing in magic.
Okay.
That's funny.
I'll have to remember to bring mine over next week for the next week's show.
Okay, we ready?
Hey, fine. Yeah, well,
Yes.
we are.
Oh,
Okay.
are we ready now? Okay, cool. We're
I
just
can't give you any
stalling
kind of.
for
I can't give you any kind of nothing because I totally forgot myself. So you didn't totally forget.
That's funny. Okay, so events that are happening in Kansas
Thank you.
this summer.
Here's my final result. Let's see
We
what
Who's
have
got the background
me.
noise?
we have additional guests.
Yeah.
We have ghosty guests.
That's not me.
Not me.
Shaw, is that you?
What?
Background noise?
We have
Probably.
peoples.
Okay.
Are you listening to the? Okay. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
There we go.
Yeah, it was
There's
her.
you.
Ha!
Okay. So in Kansas City, we have the Heart of America Shakespeare Festival, June 17th through July 6th.
To go or not to go?
No, there you
That's a
go.
question.
See, tired, you're still funny. That's awesome.
Just
Great
full of
Lenexa,
gadgets.
the Great Lenexa Barbecue Battle is June 27th
Ooh,
That's something for you, Adrian.
that does.
Wichita, we have Wichita
Beefy.
Pride events that are continuing to go on through the month. The next one is Saturday, the 28th, from 12 to 4 p.m. in the Century 2 Expo Hall. Wichita is also having Taco Fest 2025, Saturday, June 28th. It's at the Fountains at Water Park. Um, and we've got the Anime Festival in Wichita, June 27th through the 29th. And it's at the Hyatt Regency in Wichita. You can go to their website for more information. Um, let's see. What is today? The 24th. That is past.
Howl's Moving Castle. It's the only anime that I know.
Kansas Aviation Museum has a public paranormal investigation scheduled for Saturday, July 12th at 7:30 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. Um, and
But
that one is in Wichita as well at the McConnell Air Force Base, which will be interesting to ask Enzo about because he's not too far from there. I think maybe he might know something about that one. I don't know if he
and
does or not. Maybe.
and if it's bad weather, it'll be up in the air.
Oh, yeah,
I had to catch up with Adrian. Come
Yeah,
on.
he has
good.
cat jokes too.
You did. You did. Okay, and then Kansas City Renaissance Festival, Saturdays and Sundays, starts in August 30th, runs through October 12th. Plus, they are open on Labor Day and Monday, October 13th. Not sure what the significance of that particular date is, but it's kcrenfest.com for more information on that one. Kansas City Paracon is Saturday, August 2nd at Leavenworth Masonic Lodge in Leavenworth, Kansas, sponsored by Apex Paranormal and Strange Paranormal. Super excited about this one because Bordertown Paranormal will be vending there and will be promoting our Paracon and all the podcasts, including A.M.O.K. And then for the big one, the 7th annual Bordertown Paracon is in Caney. Yay! Saturday, September
Yay.
27th. We're going to have lots of speakers and vendors being lined up, and it's free to the public for ages 12 and up. And we hope to see everybody there. And if you can't
Oh,
make it there, it is live streamed, so it will be on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm
oh,
going to be doing my story the first time on a live stream. So that's
Yes.
going to be kind of awkward. So I might mumble through
Ah,
portions of it. But
Oh, we can always
yeah. Yeah,
turn
we
that
can
one
always
off.
not stream.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can always turn that one off.
no, that's okay. I think that may be the last time I do it. Tina might talk me into doing it for one more time at the expo,
Uh
but
huh.
this is the last year I'm doing the thing. I figure I need to. There are people that I like that go to your event that have not heard my story, and I think they need to hear it.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
I
and
would
and
agree.
that's why I decided on doing that. So,
Cool.
and all you billions of people, if you just like a good,
Yes.
I don't want to call it. I guess I always call it a ghost story. So, if you want a good one, I think it's a good show to watch or listen
Yeah,
to.
for
It's
sure.
definitely every presentation I bring has got to have some form of education to it, and I think that's educational. So, so much not about me anyway.
that hour will be all about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hour will be. Anyhow, so what do we got? Oh, who's our guest? Oh, he's a no-show. Mr. No-Show. We've had Mr. No-Show on here a couple of times, and
Hey,
and
Yeah.
Mr. No-Show,
Couple
but
of times.
you know
Mr.
what?
No-Show.
I think
I'm
this is
saying,
just I think this is just a bad week for guests because I talked to
It's been
five
something
different
for a
pe-
lot of people
I
that we're
talked
having
to
a bad day
five
today.
different people over the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and everybody had something to do this week. So I think it's
Yeah.
preparation week for 4th of July. So that's the only thing I can figure.
oh, wait a minute. Julie said, "Where's that, Adrian? Where's what? What I miss? I missed something. You have to forgive me. I'm half asleep right now. Hey,
Must be.
no,
Uh,
I just want to say, uh, Mr. No-Show. Every time we've had Mr. No Show has actually been a fantastic conversation. We've always had uh, uh, always been a great guest.
yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't know what to talk about. Oh, what is my talk about, Julie? My talk happened uh, in a home in Oklahoma. So it's
Yeah.
it's an interesting talk, but we'll discuss it. It's a home, and And if you're into ghost hunting, the scariest places, I don't care what they say, ooh, this hospital, this museum, this whatever, is the scariest place on earth. No, the scariest place on earth is an unassuming home
And
down the
sometimes
street.
be your home or
Yeah.
somebody else's home
So,
or
yeah.
yeah.
So,
And if you were asking where is it that he's going to be giving it, it'll be at the
I'll be giving it at
Paracon.
the Paracon. Yeah, the Bordertown Paracon.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
if y'all are nearby and
Thank
want to
you. Thank you.
go, or even if
Pam,
you want to go
Pam,
anyway.
you complete me, Pam. Thank you.
Aw. Oh my
Sweet.
But
goodness.
anyhow,
There we go. There's the heart.
but,
Yep.
but anyhow,
Aw.
with Mr. No Show, what we do is we always like to talk different topics. Sometimes we don't know what the topic is, so we made. I know this is really super fancy. Can you get that? That's
Called
fancy. Oh, I can't.
paranormal lunch bag.
Yeah,
The
it's one of the
paranormal
That's-
lunch bag.
Pull it back by your head.
It
there
says
it
There
is.
you go.
grub bag. Grub bag.
Grubs. Mmm.
Bug.
The grub
Grub.
bag. Grub.
I know my writing is really super fancy, but the grab bag is
Oh
because
my
sometimes
goodness.
we don't not we start to talk about one thing and move on to another subject or whatever. This actually gives us something to actually start off with. So I don't mind the
Yeah.
grab bag. It's only the second time we've used a grab bag. The first time we used it was my least favorite subject of all. And now let's see what today is.
Second least favorite.
We'll have to reschedule with our guests.
Yes.
For sure.
Well,
Oh,
It'll
it is my
it'll have-
second least favorite.
Oh no.
It's at
It's not gonna
ESPN.
do it. No,
Put your hand behind it. Put
it's
your
not
hand
gonna do
behind
it.
it.
It's
Put
not
your
gonna
hand
do it. Oh,
Put your hand behind
not
it.
gonna do it.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
trying.
try to focus
It's not
it
doing
in.
it. It is UAP, UFOs, and USOs.
Nice.
I gotta write this. UAP. U what? S. O.
What is the
UAP,
UFO? Are they
UFOs,
coming up with like 500 different like acronyms now for
UFO.
these things?
Oh,
Why can't we just
yeah.
look at unidentified flying objects because that's what
That's
they
because
are?
you want that because you're old like me. Old people say it that way. Now it's UAP.
I think it should just be the one word it's been for over 50 years.
No, because everybody's got to change the terminology in order to make them sound. Yeah.
Oh my
more
god.
intelligent. More intelligent. There you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, what's an UAP? Anyway, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
What's a FUOP?
I like UFO
Yeah.
better myself.
I like
Yeah.
UFO.
UFO's
UFO,
good.
yes.
We're going to talk about UFOs tonight.
I say that
and
because-
aliens.
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 I have a hard time.
What do they
believing in
call
UFOs.
them now?
I
You
really
know,
do.
they could think that we're being insensitive by calling them aliens.
Well,
Aren't they?
they are.
Are they still using ETs, or is that also derogatory?
Oh, extraterrestrials. Yeah, no, they use that a lot still.
Okay.
No,
They're just aliens.
we've had a lot of guests on here who talked about UFOs and all those stuff. We've had friends on the show that talk about it, and they believe it and they have some good, compelling stories. Matter of fact, one of my team members, she's no longer on the team, but she was a really believable story, and she believed that she was abducted. And she told this story. I was like, it's actually really good. But I have a hard time making that step. There's so many people looking up, so many civilian but large organizations looking up, and they've got nothing. So I don't know.
I wouldn't say they have nothing, but they have no confirmed or confirmations. There's a lot of stuff that's seen. I've seen a lot of stuff in the sky that is UFO or UAPs.
Yeah, but you hear voices.
Well, even the
Hold on a second. What?
you know,
Y'all hearing?
they have came out and showed, like the Tic Tac video and have confirmed that, yeah, it is an unidentified flying object. So, yeah, It's a UFO.
But there's so many things up
And
in
it's a, US,
in the
it's a
air,
UFO too because it's an unidentified submergible object. So submersible.
and
Hmm.
that gets kind of it, it's a gun camera footage that they've had over the years coming from military vehicles that gives me pause. And
Yes,
I'm all, yeah, uh, because most of the UFO people that I've talked to, I've listened to them, I listen to their stories and stuff, and I'm like, I just,
it
but the
hasn't
things
happened
that
to you yet. That's the
it
problem.
hasn't,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and to be fair, I didn't believe in ghosts until I come
exactly.
across one.
Yeah.
So I get it. I try to keep an open mind, but it's almost like it's almost like the Bigfoot. When I first started the uh, paranormal investigating, I went to a where they're still going. It's a paranormal event in Oklahoma. But anyhow, I went there and they had these Bigfoot hunters, and one of the things they said to attract a Bigfoot, they're in I guess the cut out through the forest where they put the power line. So they say Bigfoot will cross this all the time. This is a well-known area for them. So they put these pinwheels up for that, that spin around in the wind. They put it up there to track the Bigfoot, and then they put a camera like a mile down the way. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you have the camera facing the pinwheel
If you're trying to
so
attract
it
them
could?
with it, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I wonder
So
what
there was that whole thing, and I was like, most of the people at the beginning of my paranormal adventure, the UFO people were worse than the Bigfoot people. But now I've seen some really credible people. I've met some really good and intelligent and interesting people, and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, well, they got
Yeah.
some interesting. Debbie has got some
Yes.
really great stories, so
Mhm.
she pulls me in when she's talking about it. But
Mhm.
most of the time, I've looked
Enzo
up,
has
I've
some really
tried.
good stories.
It does,
I
yeah.
mean, I've had 2 encounters that, I've never been abducted, but I've seen them, and I can't explain what it was. It wasn't a helicopter. I've been in the military. I've seen how helicopters fly. I've seen
And
how
they're loud.
airplanes fly. Yeah, and they're loud. And I've also I've also have friends like Enzo who has seen and knows and about aircraft and everything. And these were not any of those.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had 3 experiences. I forgot about the one in Florida. So it's like they want to be seen, but they don't want to be seen at the same time. Like
Yeah.
they do their little flashy little tidbit, like "Hey, we're here," and then bye.
And then they're gone.
Yeah.
We're just a pit stop. That's all.
Yeah, let's see,
Huh?
but
We're
I
a
just
pit
don't
stop.
know.
We're a gas station. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no,
I always
I've
say that Earth is like the neighborhood you don't want to go to. They go by it and they're like, "Oh shit, we need to go this way."
and then they
Many of
speed
us don't
off,
want to be here either, but yeah, I get it.
or they
No,
make that sudden turn and go away. I gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. I should have
I've
took that
actually
left at Albuquerque. That's
that's right.
that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
Funny.
I've seen 3. Um, one was like I can't believe how big this sucker was, but it covered the entire sky. It was like 2 triangles with the points, together, almost looked like a giant butterfly. But the thing was like several football fields big, and it just crossed in front of us. And of course, where are our cameras? They're in our
yeah.
pocket within
Yep.
reach, and we're staring up like,
Yeah.
what the heck is that? I don't know. We just chatted about it. And by the time we realized, we just kept staring at it. It was gone. And I put my hand down. I'm like, why didn't I pull my camera out?
Oh, wait. I can do it over here.
So, but that was kind of cool. But I have captured a couple, actually one Tic Tac on my phone about a couple of years ago. I think I've shared that a few times.
That's
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah, and it amazing. I saw this thing go buzzing by, and or 2 things buzzing by, and I clicked the button, and I caught a third one that just was following it. So that was kind of cool. But the most intriguing one was, again, no photos or anything, but was the triangle, I'll call it, of darkness that covered the entire sky from a point, and then the V kind of went out across the sky like a blanket. It covered 2/3 of the sky that I could see. And then when it got to the end or it stopped, there was a straight line, and then the point started disappearing, moving towards the straight line, the edge, and then once it got to the straight line, it disappeared. That was really, really crazy. And one of my friends, I was talking to them about it, and he said what I might have seen was a triangular or a pyramid triangle craft that was
Yeah.
rotating. That was rotating. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm
I
trying to
think there's some, of course, I think there's something out there. And I think that's a lot of it has to do with being out in the ocean too, like Debbie said, because I mean, why else have we not? I mean, we can go out into space where pressure is crazy and all that other good stuff and it's cold, but we can't go into the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean.
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, why
there's
not?
less. Well, it's the pressure mostly.
it is a
Once you
pressure.
get
Yeah.
down
Oh,
so far,
yeah.
you'll just you
But we
can't.
should be able to have something
do
that
it.
can handle that now. I mean, especially with us building spaceships that can go out into space.
Yeah.
Why
I
can't
don't
we
think
do
it has to
something?
be
It's
as
just like the
strong.
opposite
I think,
I
of
think
what
there's
they're
yeah.
more
I
building.
don't
to
know.
it than that. I'm not.
I
I
don't know.
don't
I
know
think
anything
there's a
about
lot of
it.
things. I mean, there's a lot of things that our GOV likes to hide from us. So I think there's a lot of things that
Well, and
maybe.
that's what I was saying. See, when I was a young teenager, uh, I lived out in Palmdale, California, and if you know anything about that area, it's well known for the skunk works. These are the people who made the SR-71, made the stealth fighter, the F-117A stealth fighter. So these things are up in the air, and nobody knew it. They're so super secret that for years before people even knew that they were actually up there flying. So TR1 is another thing. People see the TR1 up there, and it's not. You're not having this stuff isn't logging on your little app saying, "Well, that's what this is and that's what that is."
Yeah,
So
sure.
uh, yeah, it gets kind of. I don't know. I just have because I've seen so many things like that, and I know that they were the government. And you look at stuff like the
Yeah.
F-117A stealth fighter was so far beyond what anybody could imagine at that point.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
what's up there? What's up there now? So we talk
Right.
about we're amazed by
Yeah.
the F-22 fighter, and that's what they're showing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What's
So
up
I
Yeah.
there
just
now?
uploaded Adrian into our drive under. I
yeah,
made a folder for UFOs, and I
uh-huh.
uploaded two really short videos in there. And these were sent to me actually by a friend. There has been reports of lights that don't just set or look like spaceship or what or airships or whatever, but it like moves in weird motions and it it fades in and it comes back, and he was seeing these and still sees them on
Oh
his way to
God.
work about
Hmm.
4:30 in the morning. And he told his wife, and she was like, "Well, did you tell Pam?" And he was like, "No." And she's like, "Well, did you
No.
report it?" And he was like, "No." And she was like, "Do you think you might want to do
Why
that?"
not?
And he was like, "Duh." So he did an excellent job. Not only did he get video of it, there's a telephone pole and I want to say a mailbox. Maybe it's been a month or two since I've looked at it again. Um, that's in the video in the picture, so it gives you a really good thing. You've got a stationary object, so you can see the light moving.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
I've seen that video. That actually is really good.
It's
I
cool, isn't
mean,
it?
to see the perspective, yeah, to see that perspective, and it's like you can't explain that. I mean,
No, and he's not the only one that's seen it. And we did show it to Debbie Ziegelmeyer, and she's with Missouri MUFON. She's been on our show a couple of times, and she was intrigued by it. She was like, "This is really a lot like what we have been watching over near Route 66 in Missouri."
All
So
right.
it's pretty
Which
cool.
way? We have 147 and 2 minutes. Which one do you want me to do first?
Do one and then the other. I can't remember which one's better. They're both
I did
good.
I did a short one. Here we go.
Okay,
Maybe
And
maybe.
it went away.
speaking of Debbie, I actually saw her a couple of nights ago,
Oh
and
yeah,
she wants to be back on the show sometime in the
great.
next couple of months or so.
is her new book coming out soon?
I did not ask her because I was at the MUFON meeting itself here in St.
Oh,
Louis.
cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm so jealous. I would
Why is
love
it
to
not
be close enough
going?
to go to those.
This is my
There
first
we go.
one I've been to this year.
Really?
Yeah, I've been
Here's the
having to work
147.
like. Oh, 147.
We're drinking coffee.
So just keep an eye on that light right there. You can telephone pole off to the right.
Oh my God! It just goes away. Gone.
Keep letting it play though, just so.
It was just going in and out, in and out.
Yeah. Now this is raw footage, so it hasn't been, we didn't put it down to time or anything. I just put it off the thing that you can see.
I was just in a black screen.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's just a dark screen.
Oh yeah, it's just dark screen. Give it a minute.
Oh, I saw a flash in
There it
the
goes.
right.
There it is.
There you go.
And he's not moving, so he's stationary. He pulled out so you can see the mailbox and everything.
Wow.
Maybe the other one that's a little bit more impressive. This one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, try the next
This is
one,
like-
Adrian, because I think the next one's the one that's the best.
At about the 2620, did anybody see that flash of light, that quick flash of light up in the right corner?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was before the
But-
thing came back.
The thing is, like the one that I saw in Destin, they were orange, and there was 3 of them, and they were spread out over the sky. And the camera that I had it on one of those really old Versas cameras because this was back in 2007. And whenever I had that done, whenever I had that on there, I mean, it got stolen whenever my house was robbed. But I had the video on there, and you could see them. One would brighten and then dim, and then brighten and then dim, and then another one down here would brighten and then dim. It's like they were talking to each other,
Yeah.
communicating to each other for like an hour,
That's cool.
and then disappeared, just vanished.
Pull that other one up, Adrian. 'Cause
Oh,
Here you
it's
go.
really
That's
impressive.
really crazy.
I think
Yeah.
your camera is probably a.
This is a lot like ghost hunting, so hurry up and wait.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
So there it goes. And see, it's in a different place, way off.
It was higher, now it's lower.
Yeah.
Now it's higher. Looks like there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. But look how bright it gets. I'm just super impressed that he was able to get a pole and everything in there to show. Because so many times people will see something in the sky and they'll try to zoom in on it and follow it, so it's like super shaky and you can't tell how big or far away it is or how big it is. But he did an excellent job on it.
I wonder what that direction.
He's looking to the east here.
Did they say why they were focused on this one area?
Because that's where he
It's
normally comes from. He's in
An
his
aircraft
driveway.
flight from an airport 100 miles away, 200 miles away, going. They're hitting it just right.
No.
Mm.
No,
No.
I don't know. I don't
Beth
know.
was
It's
like,
pretty
I want
weird.
Shauna's hair, damn it. I
The
just
only,
saw that.
the only airport that would be in that direction from his house, because I know where their house is, would be Joplin. So that'd be
Yeah.
2 hours away.
I wonder how long, because landing lights are super bright if you hit it just right, because it doesn't stay there for long, right? So I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
it
If it
200
was
miles away.
landing lights, you would see them constant. You would see them
Yeah.
do
You
their
would see them
pattern.
until they blink.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you talking landing lights on the airplanes?
on
Is
the
that what
airplane
you're talking
itself.
about?
Yeah. Yes.
You wouldn't see
Well,
it up
even
here
on
and
the
then one down
helicopters,
here and
you
then
have
back up
the,
here, and
yeah.
know.
And even the
The
helicopters
landing
have
light.
them blinking on the tails.
Yeah.
No, and it's not the not the navigation lights, not those. The actual landing light. So and those are super bright, but I don't think it's a single
Yeah.
light. I think it's two lights.
And I don't think it would go out like that.
And it's two different crafts too, because one's way
Yeah.
up high in the sky and the other one's down lower.
Well,
But
yeah,
they,
because that's what an air traffic controller does. He tells you this at this level and this at this level. I just found it weird
give
that
it
they
up,
were at the
Adrian.
same. Yeah. Hey. I don't know. I don't know. I just have a hard time. Like I said, yeah, I can understand like when they're moving weird and
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a those seem pretty. Uh, yeah, interesting that he would
Hmm.
if it happens routinely in that direction, there's got to be something in that direction, and I bet you it's not a supernatural thing. But I could be wrong. I
Yeah.
don't because I don't know the truth.
Right.
So and the truth is out there, so I hear.
We're only looking at 2 2-minute clips that he took
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
And a lot of
So
times, and he's not the only one that's seen them, and they don't always look stationary. They do
yeah.
move
Okay.
and they do
so
strange things.
Yeah.
so to the novices like us, they are still UAPs because they're
Yeah.
unidentified. I mean, we
Aerial
don't.
phenomena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We don't know what they
Aerial
are because
phenomenon.
they were in the air. Yes, we don't know
I-
what they are.
And now it's, I think they've switched it now. It's still UAP, but it's anomalous phenomenon because you've got the unidentified flying object, which they're not all flying because some of them are submersibles. That's why
Yeah.
they did the US,
Right.
added the
Yeah.
S in there. But then they were like, okay, that doesn't really cover everything either. So they tried to switch it to aerial. That didn't work. So now it's anomalous
And
phenomenon.
the
Ah,
and the USOs are to me are compelling
They
because as
are
much as I look at
What are USOs? What are they called? Unidentified.
unidentified submersible.
submersible.
submersibles, so
That means
so
they're
They're just
underwater.
UFOs, y'all.
yeah,
And that matter of fact, that's Debbie's main topic. She's been
It is.
researching that for a
exactly.
long
And
Yeah.
time.
see that when there's something that's coming from the air underwater. Now, as much as I like to think of all the different stuff that we may have out there that's in the air, and then you got to take into account drones of all sizes nowadays, and they can do some amazing things. And and then, but I don't think we have anything that'll go from the air into the water and then back into the
Why
Yeah.
is
air again.
Adrian echoing?
Wow.
Because I have no idea.
Dual personality.
I don't. I didn't hear an echo.
I was. I
I don't
heard
hear an
Adrian
echo.
echoing.
We don't. Neither one of us hear it.
Maybe it's me. Oh my
It's
god.
you. I blame you.
Probably me.
I
But
blame
yeah,
you. I blame
matter of
you. I
fact, yeah,
blame you.
Debbie made the comment during the talk we had the other day, and she was talking about the underwater stuff that they've actually have some kind of proof, I think, of 12-foot slender beings
Yes.
that have been
Oh,
noticed up in the Black Sea area
where did
around
Pam go?
Russia.
I'm here. I'm just
You
grabbing.
got
Oh,
abducted.
Are you getting her book?
Yes.
she got the US.
She went to grab her book.
Oh, yeah, I
See,
got her
I
book.
have ESP again. See,
Mhm.
but anyway, yeah, she was talking about the 12-foot the beings, and she said even down, bless you, down by
Thank
us,
you.
uh, Piedmont area of Missouri. That's where UFOs have been spotted back, especially back in the 70s. She said there's underwater craft there that have been spotted.
Mhm.
So, and now I'm hearing all sorts of stories about under Antarctica. What's
There it
going on
is.
down there?
Yeah, dang, that's
Yeah.
new. They always talk
Did
about
you get
that.
the color version or did you get the black and white like I did?
I got the colored version.
See, I think I'm gonna have to get the colored version because there's a
It's a
lot
coloring
of
book.
detail in the color version that's
It's pretty neat.
the images are color.
Oh, okay. I'm colorblind.
And
That's
there's a
me.
lot of oh well yeah, the black and white is perfect for you.
So you can make up your own
But
colors. You can have crayons.
well
I pretty
with
much
the
do
with
make
I
up my
mean
own colors. That's
I
I'm sorry.
had
pretty much how that works.
on the old podcast that I was on, I had a guy that had been abducted by aliens, and it was interesting what his story and how he had stated it. I'm trying to think. His name is Tony, I think. I don't remember his name. Oh my god. Shoot.
Trying to remember one
Uh,
thing.
I'll have to I'll have to remember his name. But it was interesting because it seems like they target certain people and certain families. But I don't know. That could just be me.
there's
I
there's
have heard that.
there's one lady that I know that has been, she sees them a lot around where she lives, and they move like the ones that I just showed you on the video that I have. And actually, where she lives is not too far from where this person lived that took the video. And she decided one night that she was going to try to flash a light at him, and she did. And one came towards her and scared the bejesus out of her. And so she was like, "No more, not going to do that anymore."
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a fascinating topic, though. Um,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything, but
I have. I
I
mean,
know
from the
too
time I
many
was
people that
7
have.
until like 5 years ago.
I know too many people that
Quite,
have.
quite literally, it would take a close encounter type thing to make me go, okay, UFO,
All right,
or
y'all heard
yeah,
that, aliens.
uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, come on down and pose for me. Uh,
Weren't
Strike a pose.
weren't you making a model of the Devil's Tower with your ice cream one time?
well, always because it's a cool thing.
It's a it's a
It's a cool
It does
thing.
look like a
It's a
tree
cool
trunk.
thing.
yeah, it
Well,
does. Hmm.
so it could be.
My friend Jess, it's your friend
Hmm.
too. You guys' friend Jess.
Right.
She had seen
That's not.
one. She had stepped outside of her house. It was after dark to take trash out, and saw something black move above her. So um, she went and she had her phone in her pocket. So she had called me, and she was like, I'm watching this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. And then she saw it move very slowly, very low, and it looked triangular shaped. It looked black. And then she just all of a sudden she was like, "Okay, I gotta go," and was just like, you know, knocked the phone off and was out of there. And I was like, looking at my phone like I don't know what just happened. But she said at the time when she called me, she was looking up at it and she was describing it. And it was like, I want to say it was about 10:30 at night, because she was like, wasn't sure if she should call or not. She just took a chance and I was awake. And she said that she all of a sudden got this overwhelming feeling of dread, like she saw something she wasn't supposed to see. She needed to get out of there. And she felt like she also felt like something was behind it, like maybe there was some military craft behind it. um, and she was like, it was almost like they were emitting this uh, some kind of, I don't know what it would be, but something that would make you freak out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, make you fearful. So
That
it's
would make me
interesting.
fearful and freak out too. I mean,
Yeah,
have you seen some of
Well,
the stuff that people say? What was that one movie that was like really into oh god, it was like the most realistic thing, and a lot of ufologists and people talk about this movie. Close Encounters is one of them,
Mhm.
but
Mars Attacks.
there was another one that was made, and I can't think of the name of it, and it came out a long time ago. But they were talking about how that was the most realistic account of an abduction. I think it had involved a little girl that was abducted, and the mom swears up and down she was abducted. Nothing ever happened to her. They never found her, but I can't remember the name of the movie. And I wish I could right off the top of my head, but I can't. But it was everybody that I've talked to that's in UFOs and talks about UFOs talk about how this movie was like the most realistic one that they know of, and it's like, wow. I wish I could remember the name of it because I want to watch it
Communion, is
again
it?
because I saw it.
Yeah,
Huh?
It's not Communion, is it?
I don't think it's Communion.
Did it have Christopher Walken in it?
I don't think so. Ah,
That
let me
one
look
was
it up.
based on Whitley Strieber's experience.
Let's see.
No.
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 There was also one about the Walton Travis,
Oh, Travis Walton.
or Travis Walton rather.
Yeah.
Lumberjack or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw his talk once, and that was
Fire in the Sky. That was Travis Walton's story, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
Was the other one called The Watchers? Shaw?
Do what now? I'm sorry, say again.
Was it called The Watchers?
It may have been The Watchers.
Or there's one called Abducted.
It's Abducted. I think it's the Abducted one.
Okay.
But it was an older movie. But I mean, oh god, I'm trying to remember who was the guest that I had on that talked about it. Because
I like The Fourth Kind.
it
I thought
was
that was an interesting movie.
The Fourth Kind. I think that was it. Wasn't that it? Didn't that have an abduction of the
That's the
little
one
girl?
where they kept seeing owls. They thought they were seeing owls in the window, and
Yes.
find out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's The Fourth Kind. See, I
But
thought you were talking about something that was, because that wasn't based on anything. I don't think.
no, there was a lot of them that was based off of a true story. But I'm in DuckDuckGo right now, and it's not giving me shit, so I got to go over to Google. Oh shoot! Stuff.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
You heard that.
Fourth Kind.
I'll be back.
Oh my god.
That's a totally different genre of
My
movie.
bad. Jeez, I'm so sorry.
No, what?
Oh.
No, I don't know. Like I said, I know dealing with the skeptic's hard because it's hard to point to a story because we can all tell stories, and it's like the whole thing dealing with psychic people because unless you got something that could back that story up, anybody could say anything about anything. Like I said, anybody could walk in and say that, oh, it's little Timmy who fell down the stairs and broke his neck right here. He died right here. And he's sad, of course, but anybody could say that unless you can get some actual corresponding data to go with that. And so I guess videos nowadays is so much stuff. Now it's getting to the point to where you can present me a video and I'm not going to believe the video anymore at all because you can make a video. You look at this AI stuff that's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's ruining the paranormal community because I'm not gonna. You're gonna have to. Well, I mean, I had to witness it myself, anyways. But it's you can't present me any kind of evidence that can't be recreated. So
True.
Yeah.
it's kind of tough. So AI is gonna ruin the paranormal community, I think.
Oh, AI is gonna ruin. I mean, you got to look at
ruined
the past aspects. So there's a lot of people that's already ruined the paranormal community with their fake BS and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Especially when it comes to the paranormal investigators and the UFO. I mean, look at TikTok. Look at the stuff going on TikTok right now. Where, oh my God, the mothership in the sky, and it looks real, but it's not.
Right.
And
No,
it's like It's like, come on, guys, stop messing it up for everybody else. Say on there, this is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not real.
Yeah.
So people that are actually doing stuff like us, that take it as a passion and want to share the light and want to share the truth,
Yeah,
We're
not gonna
we're
happen.
aren't
gonna be,
considered a
not
bunch
gonna be able
of
to.
like jolly jokesters.
Not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I know.
But
But,
then,
we can wish, right? At least we can
Yeah.
point it out. This is fake. This is fake. Yeah, it's
yeah,
the fourth kind. Fourth kind is based off of a true story.
Cool.
okay, yeah. You think about all the stuff we've got that we've thrown out there in space. Voyager was it 1 and 2, and this and that, and matter of fact, I just read something yesterday uh, that I think it's Voyager or Voyager 1 or 2, whatever it is, finally reached the point of being one light day away from us.
Yeah,
and
light
and
day.
Yeah.
and, and, and
By
that's
the end of
like
the year.
and that's like some ungodly number in the billions of
Yeah.
miles. Like one
That's
point
uh,
blah 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 billion. I was like, holy moly! So there's
Voyager
a
1 comes back as V'ger and almost destroys the
Ugh,
Earth.
oh,
I've
there you go.
seen that.
yeah.
I've seen that. A Star Trek movie.
Yeah, V'ger.
The
Yeah,
first one.
I remember that one.
Don't
Why
remember.
is he frozen? Oh, I was about to say, why is
Oh,
he
Oh,
frozen?
I don't know. I think he did it on purpose. Yeah, V'ger. Yeah,
Uh-oh, he really froze that time.
He did
yeah.
freeze up on that one.
He's
Oh
gone.
no.
He's
Oh
gone.
no.
But yeah, I'm just kind of wondering, with all the
all
things we've
gone.
sent out
Oof,
there,
we're back.
yeah,
Yay!
the things that are out there,
That
I
was
wonder
weird.
Yay.
if there's been any encounters, that we're not even told about. That they've zipped up alongside of it. They're keeping up and say, "Hey, neighbor!" As they're driving by out there in space, and look at that funny looking thing. Wonder where that came from. I don't know.
We
Is it
Huh.
refer to this a
possible?
lot. Our friend Brian Terrell, he's a cryptid
Hmm.
guy,
Or
but
Terrell.
he in Adrian's world, it's Terrell.
Right.
Everybody else, including Brian, it's Terrell. um, he I lost my train of thought. Oh, he has this theory that for what he's run into when he takes in cryptid stories and things is for every one story that he finds out about and can go interview the person about, that there's another 10 that were not brought forth, weren't brought to anyone's attention until he started looking, or it's kind of a hearsay thing. So his theory is that for every story that's told, at least in the cryptid world, there's 10 more that aren't talked about, which
Well,
is
yeah, because you don't want
True.
to sound like a crazy man.
Well,
exactly. So what if
that's
you would apply that to UFO sightings? For everyone that's seeing, there's 10 that aren't talked about. I could see
Well,
that.
not
There are a lot of
not
things
many
that aren't
men will
talked
come
about.
forward talk about their UFO like abductions if there's any kind of probing involved. They're like they'll take that
Mhm.
stuff to their grave.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just saying.
well. Think
Yep.
about it, Pam. Too. The paranormal, the ghosties and stuff like that. That was never talked about for a long time either, and now
Hmm.
it's mainstream. Whereas
Yeah.
now the other cryptids and UAPs or whatever, or UFOs, whatever you want to call them, they're just now getting more light of day, so it's
Yeah.
becoming more mainstream. I mean, I think
Mm.
aliens and such, that topic in UFOs, our generation of UFOs, uh, it's come a long, long way, and so
Oh yeah.
that is becoming that. I think that's been mainstream for a while. So there's more discussions about that. But yeah, on cryptids, no,
Not
people
so
see
much.
weird stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm going to go shoot that because it looks like it might be something good to eat. You know,
Might
Oh my
I,
be.
god,
I
right?
don't, I don't
Yeah.
know. You know,
Or I'll only
so
believe in them when I bring one back dead. Well,
oh,
Yeah, it's like, why would you
exactly,
want to kill it? What is wrong with you guys?
exactly. So,
crazy,
But
crazy.
I mean, going back to the
but
AI
that
thing, though, the AI thing is ruining a lot of things. So I mean, look at a lot of these people that catfish people. A lot of these predators
Yeah.
that go out and pretend to be a little girl, and will make an AI picture of a little girl, and it looks so real, and they're going after kids. this is something that really needs to be regulated and people need to keep an eye on, because not only is it messing up the paranormal community, but it's hurting a lot of people in real life.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Big time.
but you
called
you'll never be able to stop it. We
freedom.
just have to learn how to adjust and be able to. They'll have to figure
Learn
out a
how
way
to
of.
pinpoint it out and be able to say,
Yeah.
okay, this is not a real person. We need to
Yeah.
fix
Yeah.
this.
Well,
Freedom
it's like that one
of
That's
guy
why
did
whenever
that.
these VTubers, go ahead.
That one guy that kept doing his stuff and he's looking like Tom Cruise and been doing that for
Oh
a
yeah,
long time. It's
that was weird.
like you swear you would swear that Tom Cruise, but it's not.
Yeah.
And he just
No.
did the face thing. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It is amazing. Yeah, like one of my coworkers was saying today, it's going to get to the point where they're going to be able to make movies. Don't need actors anymore.
Oh, they're
So
already doing it.
They can do that
They're
now.
already
yeah,
doing it. If you look at some of the
yeah,
chat GTP and stuff like that, they're making
yeah,
short animated films and stuff with AI. And it's like, what happened to real talent? There's people
yeah,
out there that's got real talent. I mean, look at my deal. I do audio editing, video editing, and web design stuff. And I just now got a new job where I'm working with somebody on that. But they're also looking at a lot of AI stuff that AI is doing for
yeah,
them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that kicks a lot of people that are in my field and stuff that do that kind of stuff out. But a
yeah,
lot of people are embracing it that's in my field as well and saying, okay, let's see what we can do to get this going so we can get paid for knowing how to
yeah.
work AI.
That's how
But I
you got to do
mean,
it. I mean,
yeah, with the
it's
movie
about
and stuff, it's
adapting.
just like,
It
yeah,
is.
but adapting is one thing. You can tell where the heart is with some
Yeah,
things compared to what AI shows, because you can write a whole full length heartfelt letter and then have GTP do another heartfelt letter, and you could totally see there's no heart or anything in that letter that Chat
yeah, but
GPT
the
does.
punctuation is better than the other one. So, I, I
Grammar's
have a
way
terrible,
better.
Adrian,
You just
I have a
can't
terrible problem
cry
running
from
on
it.
sentences.
Yeah.
Adrian, I just
Yeah,
in the same drive or in the same folder on the drive, I just uploaded an image. If you could share that real quick. It's
image.
something I should have thought to add to our Kansas stuff that's coming up, and I blanked on it.
Oh,
But here's
I,
prime opportunity for it.
I put 3 photos of my Tic Tac out there on the
Excuse
on
me.
our
I
chat
always
line.
on this thing. I'm gonna have to do the screen share, huh? All right.
It's practice.
Yeah, we'll learn.
So Saturday, July 5th is Kansas UFO Day
Oh,
in Geneseo, Kansas. And it's a
Ark,
full day, 9 to
Arkansas,
6 of some.
Arkansas, Arkansas.
Oh,
Arkansas.
no, it's in Kansas. It's not in Arkansas. It's in Kansas, in Geneseo, Kansas. It's in Rice
You
County.
live there in Kansas.
Yeah.
Kanza.
Bordertown is actually going to be speaking at that. So we'll be up there doing a couple of different presentations. And then they have some other stuff going on too. But yeah, we were at it last year. We spoke at it last year. It was a lot of fun.
Let's see if I can get these things that.
yeah. Apparently, Missouri, their UFO festival, which is in Piedmont, Missouri, which is about 2 hours south of me here,
Hmm.
theirs is in April every
Cool.
year.
Not
Yeah,
in Kansas.
no, it's in
Not in
Mo.
Kanza.
It's in Missouri.
Kansas is not that cool.
Misery. It's in misery.
It's in Missouri. Yeah. So next year will be their 4th one. Um, apparently, it's pretty interesting. A lot of fun.
Let's see. Let's see.
I've not been to it though. At least
There you
not
go.
yet.
Let's see. Screen share. That's not what I want. I want to get rid of this. Oh my god! I almost booted you because you jumped in front of my mouse. I need to
I didn't
share
jump. I didn't move.
with one of your pictures. Oh, that's a super zoomed in one.
Yeah,
Then I want to do.
that was my Tic Tac I saw.
Let's see. I want the far away one, don't I?
It's
Yeah,
pretty
Let me
cool
search
too
one.
because
Oh, did y'all see Glenn Dixon's question?
no,
No,
it buzzed by too quick.
Glenn Dixon. Where you at? I didn't see
Yeah.
you. Where you at?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where is that at? That's in the tip of you. It says this might be a dumb question. You may have answered it several times before, but I've never actually heard of good explanation. I live near a graveyard and things are pretty much always quiet. Except right before or right after a thunderstorm, things get kind of weird in y'all's hunting experience. I've noticed any increase in thunderstorms or decrease.
And what?
Atmospheric
Oh, you
pressure
weren't listening?
changes.
Yeah.
It says,
Okay.
okay, this might be a dumb question. You may have already answered it several times before, but I've never actually heard of a good explanation. I live near a graveyard, and things are pretty much always quiet, except right before or right after a thunderstorm, things get kind of weird. And y'all's hunting experience, I've noticed any increase with thunderstorms or decrease.
Oh, 100% an increase. Every time
Electromagnetic
there's
fields.
that's why it's always best to hunt, do ghost hunts in the spring and the fall when the atmosphere is charged like that. I think I
Yeah.
think it uh, the hospital that we'd always investigate over the years, not too far from us. Uh, we've investigated in every kind of weather that you can get, and the most exciting that building's ever been is when it's right there, not on a full blown crazy uh, thunderstorm, but when there's lightning in the air, and I mean it's just there. It seems like when the thunderstorms are going, it's just really rocking you don't experience anything. Probably because I live in Arkansas, and there's our scary storms. So, but yeah, I agree. I believe that.
Yeah, it's
Don't
true.
you?
The electrical charges in the air,
Yeah.
EMF,
That's why they have the EM pump.
static,
Same thing.
static goes up. Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
So it's everything in the atmospheric pressure changes. So yeah, there's all sorts of uh, atmospheric differences that can cause it. So yeah, I
Well,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, electronic charges is the big thing. Electric electrical charges.
It's. I think it's the same reason why when you come across a place with the uh, high EMF readings,
Mm-hmm.
the ungrounded wires in there, those houses seem to
Mm-hmm.
have a lot more activity. Uh, I don't know why that kind of electricity isn't what brings us life, but I think it does something to the veil, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what to call it either, but
Yeah,
I think it does something to that.
you see a lot of activity around substations too, electrical
Yeah.
substations. Anything that's generating a lot of
I try
power
to stay
and
away from those because I'm a kid of the '70s. So it's there were there were there were
okay.
documentaries about that.
Once you stir the pot, so to speak, says Beth.
So
Um, my theory is they rely on frequency called like a pathway. It's not necessarily the electricity, but it's the frequency of the charge, or maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe we're all crazy. You never know. I mean, we all got theories, and until you can prove
Yeah.
something, one theory isn't any better than another. But no, I, people think I'm crazy. My wife thinks I'm
I
crazy.
think everybody that doesn't understand the paranormal, UFOs, cryptology, or anything think we are all crazy to
Well,
actually
a
believe
little
it or
bit.
have experienced it.
you almost have
My
to
parents
be.
still
Yeah.
call me
You have to be a
crazy.
little bit crazy.
Yeah, to
Oh yeah.
be interested and to actually move towards it as opposed to away from it.
Embrace the craziness.
Embrace.
but
There you
but
go.
that's a whole line of thought because if you got something, you're like, okay, it's this. That's how science works. Okay, well, let's take this hypothesis. Let's make something to create that to be a constant that we can actually
Yeah.
possibly invite something to be able to communicate that way. So I mean that's
Yeah.
how that works. And but that's why I say that's what the EM pumps are all about. It's supposed to pump that kind of energy into the air to thin that veil or whatever, and that way you can communicate. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. You know, it's a what do you call it, Ken? You're woo woo.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
woo
Pam's
woo.
kind of
So is
woo woo
Pam.
too.
Pam's woo woo.
I don't think it's thinning the
Or
veil. I think it's just giving it more energy to be able to utilize that energy to bring forth whatever it can so
Oh,
that
that's a
we
whole nother
can
subject.
experience. Well, is
And
that
we're
the
at the end
next?
of the hour.
Is that the third thing in your
That's all.
bag?
It's a
No,
natural EMF pump.
I got a whole bunch of stuff. But we are not mechanic electric. We are bioelectric, totally different.
Mhm.
So
And I'm
people trying
basing
to
this off.
communicate,
Oh.
But I
people
understand
trying
that
to
that they can. What's the word here?
It's like a
Measure
yeah.
EMF from each of us,
Mhm.
I
even though it's biochemical,
yeah,
Yeah.
or
you
I
can.
guess that's what you call it.
It's like
I
a
mean,
natural EMF pump. I think if
yeah.
you look at storms and things like that, the charge that it puts in the air, because you've got some type of electricity, be it piezoelectricity, be it bio, whatever it is that they can draw from. Some people get super cold and then something happens, and it's like their energy is being pulled from them, to charge whatever this anomaly is. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't
Man,
know. I don't know.
we could talk about psychic vampires and all kinds of stuff in this. But
You could go a million
Good.
yeah,
different directions.
maybe I
Yeah.
need to put that in my bag.
There
Psychic
you go.
vampire.
So then that'll be the
Or
next thing you choose. Could be your third worst thing, right?
oh my god, that would be terrible.
All are definitely
Yeah,
forms, but they all have
psychic
frequency
And you
signatures.
can't blame
vampires
any
suck.
of us because
That's all I gotta say.
Adrian primed the bag, the paranormal
Hey,
bag.
we do
The
have.
paranormal bag, yeah.
I got all kinds of cool things in there that such
Hey,
as
I've said the S
the first
bomb like
two are
5 times during this show. All
terrible.
by accident.
Yeah. What do we got?
Oh my gosh, I'm
We
sorry.
we actually have a guest. We have a guest next week, and
Do we have a guest next
it
week?
is
We do, we
it is the
do.
mysterious Mike and Sam.
Mysterious Mike and Sam. Yeah, they're
Yes.
from Kansas.
They're
Yep,
Yes.
mysterious.
they are. And they do some really cool things. They teach some really cool classes, and they do a lot of lead a lot of investigations for different places. I know they do McIntyre, and I can't remember off the top of my head what all they do, but McIntyre sticks in my brain for sure. So
You don't know what all they
even
do
Sam,
because it's a
Yeah.
mystery.
it's a
It's
mystery. There you go.
I do know that they were at the McIntyre within the past week or two. So,
Yes, they
and
were.
they had some quite interesting. Stephanie had some quite interesting things after they left.
Really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Come on, check it out next week.
Nice.
With
Yes,
the
next
guest.
week. Be here.
Be here.
Be here next week. Yeah, I
If I
know.
can find my
Same
way to the
time, same
thing.
bat channel.
And hit the end credits. Bye.
Bye, guys.